And with your experience, like I know you had to probably see some crazy stuff over your years, but like in your experience, what do you feel like the number one reason like that causes divorces that you've seen? Like, would you say do it mainly almost boil down to like financial stuff, or do you think is like what have you seen almost to be like the number one reason?
The studies oftentimes, unfortunately, I think, getting into the mindset that we currently live in now. A lot of times it is finances, or I think, people are just not compatible. And people may not be compatible because of, I hate to say it, this kind of materialistic world that we live in. Like one of the more disturbing things I read on Facebook the other day, and y'all might have even seen it, there was this young lady that posted something on there about she had been dating a guy like 3 or 4 years ago, and he was down on his luck or something like that. And, he was considered by her standards broke, this, that, and the other. So not only did she break up with him, but she faked her own death.
Really?
Because
she was really trying to get out of there.
Yeah, she didn't want to be bothered, and she went to some extreme of like having her cousin call and lie for her that she had died, and only close family could come to the funeral and this, that, and other.
Dang.
And now brother man has come up. Okay, he's doing well for himself. He's done like a 360-degree turn whereby he's doing, and she's gotten wind of the fact he's doing very, very well financially. So now her thing is that because he's doing well financially, she wants to reach out to him and kind of, almost like undeath herself, for lack of a better way of saying it. And it's just like, what in the world, for lack of a better way of saying it? And I think what it shows is that, there's a saying, even in terms of values, that we should, and let me try to make sure I'm articulating this right. We use people and we value things.
Yeah.
And that's a misplaced sense of priorities, because we should value people and use things. But because we have, and I'm not just limiting this to women, because I don't want to come across as chauvinistic or anything, but I'm just saying that in the context of even the example that I just gave. We need to love each other and respect each other and value each other in ways other than what a person can do materialistically for us. And so because, I hate to say it, oftentimes I think people go into situations not really understanding that, because a lot of times guys, for lack of a better way of saying it, kind of feed into that mindset too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I never heard that quote, but I love that that quote on that. That you so.
And then it's kind of like the pandemic showed it too. To your point, I wanted to ask you, like, during like the pandemic and quarantine, what was like the rate of like divorce? Because that's when a lot of people did find out that they wasn't compatible to this person that they claimed that they love. Like, you get to see who this person is in and out, man and female. You get to see this person. So did the rate of divorce go even higher?
They skyrocketed. Like, I way up. And even to your point, Milton, it's because people spending more time with these people. Like, I didn't realize I didn't even like this person. As long as we was ships in the night and you was going to work here and I was going to work there, but we locked up in the house now. Oh no, I don't like you. So yeah, it did go up. But that's just the world we live in right now. We can only, try to do it.
And then you never go truly know a person. But I remember a conversation you was having. We was out on a boat. Shout out to Van Allen too. That was a nice day. And I remember you said that you think you should date somebody for at least a year.
Oh yeah.
Before you move like forward with that, and I do see the truth in that, because I used to say 3 months because somebody can't really too much hide habits and all of that stuff for 3 months. But speak why you said 1 year and the philosophy behind it, because I remember, but I want the audience to hear that.
Yeah, the wise person, and I don't know who to attribute this to, but whoever said is very wise, is that you should date somebody for at least 4 seasons. You should see them through spring, summer, winter, and fall. Because oftentimes people change, and Chris Rock even has a joke about like the honeymoon period, and not like after you get married honeymoon, but like everybody kind of, for like a better way of saying it, male or female, kind of put their best foot forward. And I think Chris Rock's exact joke is that, like, when you first meet somebody, you meet their representative. You don't really meet like the true and authentic, like they put their best foot forward. And I think you really have to see people through like their best days and their worst days and how they respond to crises or challenges or, you know, their attitudes or temperaments that they're going to have towards you. You know, that's my philosophy.
Yeah.
And not to say it's guaranteed to last, because there are people that have been together a long time that still break up. But I just think that oftentimes when people do things, you know, relatively short term and impulsively, it kind of comes back to bite you.
Yeah.
What's your perspective on you know, being with someone and having a child before marriage? Because for me, and this is how I look at it. Like, I'ma always be a father, and I know you probably have to go through the legal journey with everything too. Like if it doesn't work out, but I'd rather us have a child first than get married because that's just like a whole nother ball game for me. And I need to see you as a mother. Like my philosophy is like, yeah, me and you is like this now. But when you become a mother, you're a different person.
Yeah.
And a lot of women don't understand, like, no, you're going to be a different person. You either that the child is first, you don't know how to manage yourself, you don't know how to manage time, you might not even know how to manage love. So I would like to see those things as a mother, because I can always look at you like, okay, you always going to be a great mother to my child, like you said, but we might not be compatible in our relationship. So I'd rather see that first, deal with that first, than actually going into marriage. What would be your perspective on just a situation like that?
I think that's an excellent idea, Milton, because I think it really, for lack of a better way of saying it, brings into focus the realities that men now face. And by that I mean, God forbid, even from a financial standpoint, if you do get married, to me, too soon, and it doesn't work out and you have children, what you need to know from a financial standpoint, and you get divorced, not only are you looking at paying child support, you're also looking at paying spousal support. So I'm saying that to say you're penalized in two different respects. All due respect to the concept of marriage and this, that, and that, but just even since I've started Father's Justice Law and seeing like some of the experiences, even on a personal standpoint, that when things go right, the severe penalties that men have to face for getting divorced, I think that's just a reality that, you know, I even remember, you know, prior to my daughter being born, years ago, dating a young lady, and she was like one of the first young ladies I dated that had a kid. And she was relatively mean to her daughter. So I started looking at that as a barometer, like, if you're mean to your current daughter, we really, you know, progresses to the level of marriage, or I have a kid with you, you're probably going to be mean to that child too. So, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, I think that's an astute observation of that.
Yeah.